Hello everyone, it is time for our monthly paper pumpkin video. We are going to be putting together the July paper pumpkin. This one actually had 4 different cards and we're making 2 of each. And they are super cute. I love all the strawberries. I did have to watch the video to kind of see how to do the adhesive on some of these. So hopefully I will remember and be able to tell you, but I did put the link in this event. So if you need to go watch that too, you can. Okay. So if you're new to Paper Pumpkin, this is a kit that comes every month in a fun box. This is more fun than usual. It's decorated. Usually it's just a red box, but this one's got strawberries on it. It has everything you need in it to make usually cards. A few times a year they do have like gift packaging, like for gift cards or little treats or something. But most of the time it's cards. And you get full instructions, you get all the paper you need, you get adhesive, embellishments, everything you need. The only thing you might need is a pair of scissors. That's it. So let's get started. We will make these 4 cards. Plus, I always provide for all of my customers that order Paper Pumpkin from me a bonus materials to make a bonus project using this stamp set. And then everybody on my team that gets Paper Pumpkin, I give them that too. Okay, let's get started. Card number 1, and I am going to get my instructions out. So they have one page that shows you what each card needs, so you can punch out all of your pieces and organize them by card, and then instructions for each card. So this is our first card. Isn't that fine? Let's get, this one has lots of pieces in it. All right, and I'm, going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. Try not to lose anything here. These are photopolymer stamps. So they do not have the built-in cushion that our red rubber stamps have. Let's see, which way does this go? I think it goes this way. So I like to stamp on my Stampin' Pierce mat. So let's see, we need Hello Friend. And we are using Garden Green. Your kit comes with a spot of the ink color that you need. And often you get extras, which we're going to use these extras on the bonus card. So I'm going to pull them out now. Hopefully I won't lose them. But I usually use my big one, and I save the little one that comes in the Paper Pumpkin kit for a gift or something. All right, let me see. Move this over a little bit. I want to be sure you can see what I'm doing here. So we'll ink up our Hello Friend. Hopefully I'll be able to do this because I'm not right over it like I normally would be if I was doing it. And I think you do have an extra one of each of the white sentiment. Well, I know you have an extra one of these, so if you didn't get that lined up, you could try again. And then this little piece is going to say, love you lots. Oh, this one. So again, we'll ink that up in our Garden Green and just stamp that in the middle. Okay. That's all the stamping on this card. I'll put this away just so I don't make a mess. Now we're ready to do all of our adhesive. And so one of the first things that I was like, well, there's a piece of vellum in there. And it's showing you to use tear and tape, but it looks like this is already on it. Well, they used it for both. So you're going to put tear and tape on your strawberries. Let me grab the rest of my adhesives here. I have tear and tape, glue dots, and dimensionals in this one. So, just take your tear and tape Tear some off. And if you make it too long like that, don't worry. I'll show you what to do. I did it again. Try to make a little one this time. Oh, still made it too long, didn't I? Well, you're going to get to see what to do several times. So I just try and burnish that in. And then I take your pick tool with this little pointy, and that's how I get my backs to peel off. It's easier than using my fingernails. At least for me, I have found that it is. There we go. And then wherever it's sticking out over the edge, you just fold it back on itself. It's hard to know where to hold it so I don't get it stuck to me. So I'm just kind of folding it back on itself. It won't hurt anything. And down here. There we go. All right, now we're ready to put this on our vellum. And then you turn it over and you do the same thing again with your tear and tape. So that's not real obvious from this that you're doing it twice, once to adhere it to the vellum and then once to adhere the vellum to the card. But when I watched the video, that's what they did. See if I can get my tear and tape a little bit better. And it's a real strong adhesive. So you don't have to have it completely covering it in order for it to hold. Oh, I still got that one too big, didn't I? All right, same thing, burnish it. Let me get all my other pieces off of my card base. Peel off the back. And I can still just kind of manipulate that so it's not showing on the other side of the vellum. And the reason you're doing this is because adhesive can show through vellum. So that's why you want to be sure and put your leaves on the vellum first. And then you can put the adhesive where the leaves will hide it. So now this can go on here. And once it's down, it's down. All right. Set that aside. We have, and they show you what adhesives to put on everything. So there's no adhesive on that strip. And I'll show you why. So you have your Hello Friend is getting dimensionals. And so it shows you, so those open shapes are dimensionals. Put one there. And then you put one kind of half on, half off, okay? I'm gonna set that aside. And then we have 5 flowers. Oh, good, I haven't lost any yet. And these are going to get a glue dot. And I like to use the spatula end, which is just the other end of this. I just have 2 of them, so I don't have to flip them around to get my glue dots. So we're just going to put a glue dot in the middle of each of these. And this is much easier to do with this tool. Okay. that. I'm just going to set these over here for a moment while we put we're going to put our sentiment on first. So you're going to peel off the backs of all these dimensionals. That is going to go about here. And you can see that one dimensional that we put half on, half off. You can see it. That's what is going to hold your Love You Lots. And then we can just add our flowers. So there's one up here. Over here. And you could, I think what I've seen people do is you kind of, no, I thought if you kind of press down on that, it kind of makes them, yeah, it kind of makes them 3D. And over here. Let's do that on both of these. Just gives it a little extra dimension. One in the middle, and then one. Come on. Down here. Kind of tucked in there. And there you go. There is card number 1. So cute. All right. Next card. Card number 2 is this one. And they have really fun envelopes too with this plaid on it. So it's this one. Let's get our pieces out here. Some more vellum, some more flowers, strawberries. All right, so on this one, we are stamping thank you on our big, let's get our vellum and our flowers out of the way. And our strawberry. So we're stamping thank you on this big white circle, and then you're the best on that little strip. So let me get thank you. There it is. Grab our ink again. And just stamp that in the middle. And then our little strip, excuse me, is you're the best. I really need to clean all my blocks. Maybe I can do that this weekend. All right. Now, I had to watch the video to kind of see how this worked. So your vellum is going sideways, this way. And your circle is going off the top. So you're adhering the circle to the vellum with glue dot or with dimensionals. They have one up here, but that kind of makes it so if you have dimensionals here and then one here, I guess that works. Well, we'll try it this time. I took that one off, but we'll try it. Now I just have to find where I laid my dimensionals. They're here somewhere. There's the tear and tape. I know we just had them. You guys are probably like, oh, they're underneath the directions. Okay, so we want to make sure that it's going up. So we're going to put one up here and then two other ones. And then our strawberry, I think I'll do it after we get it ready, after we get this on. So don't pull off that top one yet, because we're going to put this on here like this. Yeah. And then you're going to put tear and tape on the back of this, which is right here. So that's what these two little lines are. That's tear and tape. They have you putting the strawberry on too at the same time, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that after the fact. So get a couple of strips of tear and tape. A little harder to burnish it since it's over those dimensionals. But go ahead and pull off the back. Once you get it started, it's fine. There we go. Okay, so we'll put this on our card. Oh, let's pull off our other backing now. Whoops. All right, and then your strawberry is going to go right here. And I think we'll put the dimensional on the card instead of on the strawberry. Then I don't have to try and get it lined up the right place. That goes there. And they don't show, and I can't remember now, because they don't show any adhesive on the back of that, but I don't remember now how they did that, because there aren't any dimensionals sticking out. I'm just going to put, here we need our flowers too while we're doing our glue dots. I'm just going to put some glue dots on there. Or maybe they put a tear and tape on there. Let's see how much more tear and tape we need. Whoops. Yeah, we still need some. I'll just use glue dots. I'm just going to put two in the middle because it's going to kind of hang off the edges. So let's put it on. I'll have to go back and watch the video and see how they did it because I don't remember now. Whoops. Let's do it right side up. So that's going to go across your strawberry. And then you have your flowers. We'll make them three-dimensional again. All right, one goes up here. The other one goes down here by the strawberry. And there you go. Card number 2. Okay. 2 more, and then we'll do our bonus project. All right, card number 3 is this one. Get all our pieces. All right, we're going to stamp on the card base. I need to turn my directions over. And this big lighter strawberry, light pink strawberry. Put all these other little pieces over here. So that's what we're going to stamp on. This one is going to get thank you again. Just in the middle of that. And then your card base, there are 2 little flower stamps. And so you just put them on one block and just stamp some flowers around the outside. They're going to get covered up some, but it just adds a little bit extra. Okay. We need our 2 stripy pieces. I'm going to put tear and tape on them. Again, this is a strong adhesive, so just one strip down the middle will be enough. Oh, and that's all my tear and tape. Luckily, I have some left over from previous kits. So be sparing with your tear and tape. All right. Because I think we need a little bit on the last card too. We'll see. But I have some if we do. All right. These are going to go just at an angle. This one goes like this. All right. Now, the easiest thing to do when you're trying to figure out which strawberry is which and what to put on which strawberry, so they show you, some of them have dimensionals, one of them has glue dots. I look at the way the stem is pointing. So I turn everything over. There's my flowers. They're pretty easy. And I'll look at which way that stem is pointing, and that will tell me. And then I just kind of lay them out like they are here. So this one's pointing that way. That's that one up there. This is the big one down here. Then you have 2 other like medium ones. So this one is going to be this because its stem is pointing that way. And this will be the other one. And then you have one more little one. And his stem is pointing the wrong way. Oh well. So he'll be the one that goes over here. Maybe I used a small one on another card. It doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Okay. So this big one and this one get dimensionals. So 1 in the middle of that one. And 2 on this guy. And then these get dimensionals. Just 1. And then we need some glue dots. So the flowers each get 1 glue dot in the middle, just like before. And then this one, it's showing 2 glue dots just on this side. I don't think I figured out why they were just on that side, but so maybe that's the one. See, it's hard to tell now which, are these the ones with dimensionals? Or are those the ones with dimensionals? Let's see. This one goes, yeah, that goes down here. Okay. And it probably doesn't really matter. If you get all the strawberries on there, it's all good. I'm just moving these out of the way. So we have a little bit of room. Okay. So let's take our big strawberry. Actually, they did a big one and a small one. I think it's this one. Yeah, so see, I don't know why he only needed glue dots over there if he's just going to go down flat on the card, but I may have to watch this video again. This one, to me, the way you would hear all of this was not as clear from the directions as usual. All right, that one's going to go there. And then another little one, which both of our little ones have dimensionals. So another little one's going to go here. Then your big one is there. And then these guys go down here on this side. So you've got one there. And then a small one who's kind of going this way. And then, so we make these three-dimensional too. That's kind of fun. So I'm just kind of pressing down in the middle of them with my Take Your Pick tool with the plastic still on it, so it won't tear them. Oop. All right, so one of those goes up here. This one goes here. Whoops. And the last one goes on this strawberry down here. And there you go. Card number 3. All right, one more. This one I also had to watch the video to see how to put it all together. That is this one. And something I learned is pay attention when you're putting these in the basket. Like this one's almost coming out the side. That's not realistic. So that was what I learned when I did my first one. Okay. Get all our pieces out. Again, this one's going to go landscape. Let's get our directions turned over. So the only stamping we're doing on this one is this guy. And we're just going to stamp on the right side. And this is Life is Sweeter with You. So just stamp that over here on the right. I think that's all we're stamping on this one. Yep. All right. So it has you put tear and tape. Let me grab my other tear and tape. See, I have some other leftover paper pumpkin. Has you putting one on the top. Again, I don't know why you're putting it on 3 sides, because you're just going to put this straight on the card, but we'll do what they show us. I mean, that's probably enough right there to hold it, but they have us doing one there too. So kind of burnish those. And we'll put this on our card. All right, so just in the middle of our card. And then you're also putting tear and tape on the back of this. I honestly thought about putting 2 on there. Oh, I put that one a little high. I am going to put another piece on there. Because what you're going to do is put your strawberries, not the littlest one, set him aside and set your flowers aside. And before I pull off my tape, I'll kind of show you. You're going to take, I think the skinniest one goes on the bottom. These 3, and adhere them to that crate, like that. Again, try and keep them inside the crate. So you're going to pull off that tear and tape and adhere them there. And then this guy goes on the bottom, and then you just see, and I would turn him this way, because I ended up, yeah, he works fine that way. I ended up with mine sticking out, and I had to trim off his little leaves. So that's what we're going to do. So let's pull these off and get our little basket here filled. All right, so you want to do the pink one first. Let me look at my strawberries again. Because, oh, no, no, no. Don't drop it on your strawberry. There we go. Because it's in the front. So you want to be sure you do it first. In the middle. And then you're going to do one on the right. Keep him inside the basket. One on the left. Keep him inside the basket. And then this guy is just showing some red there on the bottom. And he can go over a little bit so his leaves don't stick out. Let's see. Nope. We're going to let his leaves stick out, and I'll just trim them. Because I want to have red showing in all of those. But not below the basket. He's in the basket. All right, then just take your scissors and just trim those leaves so they're not sticking out. There. Now we have our basket. Okay, so now we're ready to put dimensionals on those strawberries. And my middle one's not really sticking up enough to do it just on it, so I'm just going to put one in the middle there. Let's bring our card back. So we put this on. And then our small strawberry. See, he doesn't show what adhesive you put on him, but I think you're going to have to use a dimensional because he's going to overlap that crate. So I don't want to put it too close. Which way is he going? He's going this way. So I want to put it kind of down here. So he's sitting outside the crate. So we probably could have left some of our leaves hanging out, but just to be safe. Okay, I have too many utensils over here. Oh no. All right, now I need our little flowers. 2 more glue dots. Whoops. Come off of there. We'll make them dimensional again. Okay, and they go. Come on. One goes up here on a little basket. And one goes down here on the strawberry. And there you go. There is our 4th card, our final one. So again, I think the adhering of all of the pieces was a little less clear than it usually is. But they are still super cute cards. All right, clean up a little bit of my mess here. So these are the 4 that came in the kit. Really cute cards. So that's what came in the kit. And then I will send you the paper to do this. And I think I'm giving you the ribbon too. I'm not sending the strawberries because you have those left over from your kit. So that's where I set aside those strawberries for us to use. Oh, they're still here, thankfully, from my kit. So this is Pretty in Pink, Soft Sea Foam. This is the Garden Blooms, can't remember, but that's the paper, but it had the garden green background. So you're just going to stamp thank you on the side of this. Again, we're stamping it towards one side. Like that. And if you're new to Paper Pumpkin, when I send these out, somebody will get this already completed card that I demonstrate with. And then the rest of you will get the kits to make your own. So I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal to put this together. So we'll put the Designer Series paper on flat. This goes on flat like that, just in the middle. And then these go on this circle. So just because I have it here, I'm just going to use a little bit of Stampin' Seal. And just put them on. And then that I'm going to put on with dimensionals, which I happen to have handy also. That just sits on the edge of this. This rectangle is from the Textured Notes. That is one of my favorite die sets. I happen to have it right here. It's all these rectangles, but they have this fun design around them. So like this one has little cross hatches. All right. So take your bow and a glue dot and just stick that on the bottom of your strawberries. And then I added, you can add whatever. I'm not including these. Where did they go? So you can just add whatever embellishments you have if you want to, but I'm adding, these are the opal rounds, and so I'm just using these more clear ones. So I used a big one and two small ones. And there you go. There is your bonus project. So again, somebody will get this one that's already made, and the rest of you will get the kit to make it. You'll just have to add your strawberries. That's it, that you have left over from your kit. All right, let's just show everything one more time. There is everything that we made tonight. Lots of fun strawberries. All right. One more thing just to show you real quick. Thursday at 3, I'll do a Facebook Live, and we're going to be making this fun card. A super simple fun fold card. I copied it from a swap that I received from my friend Kay. So I used different paper, but other than that, very similar, different ribbon. So we'll make that Thursday afternoon at 3 on my Facebook page or group, both. You can see it either place. Okay, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.